Have you ever thought which U.S. states would be the hardest to invade and why? Well, nobody dares to invade this unmatched military power, vast resources, and resilient population. But what if I told you that some states are far more vulnerable than others, while a select few are virtually impenetrable fortresses? While the nation as a whole stands tall as a global superpower, the defensive strengths of individual states vary dramatically. From towering mountain ranges to cutting-edge military bases, each state brings something unique to the table. Stick around to find out which state claims the title of the ultimate fortress of America. To understand why certain states are nearly impossible to conquer, we need to look at a few key things. First, geography plays a big role. Mountains, rivers, deserts, and thick forest can make it very hard for invaders to move troops or supplies. Second, the number of military bases and advanced defense systems in a state can give it a major advantage. Third, good infrastructure helps a state quickly move troops and supplies, while remote locations can make it tough for invaders to even get there. Finally, a strong and determined population can add another layer of defense, making it harder for anyone to take over. The Arctic Fortress, Alaska. Let's start with Alaska, a state that seems like it was built to be unbreakable. It's the largest state in the U.S., with over 665,000 square miles of land. But here's the twist. Fewer than 750,000 people live there. This low population density works in Alaska's favor because invaders would struggle to maintain supply lines in its vast and empty wilderness. Alaska's natural features are its greatest defense. The state has rugged mountains, icy tundras, and thick forests that make it extremely hard for troops to move around. The freezing temperatures, which can drop as low as 80 degrees Celsius, would make survival itself a challenge for invaders. On top of that, Alaska has a 34,000-mile-long coastline, but most of it is impossible to access due to steep cliffs and icy waters. The only way to reach Alaska by land is through Canada, along a 1,450-mile stretch of harsh terrain. Even if an enemy somehow overcame all of that, they would face a strong military presence. Alaska is home to 9 military bases, including Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson and Fort Greely. Fort Greely in particular plays a crucial role in America's defense system with its advanced missile technology. Alaska has yet another advantage. It boasts one of the highest concentrations of military personnel compared to its population. This ensures the state is always ready to defend itself against potential threats. Alaska's isolation, harsh climate, and formidable military presence make it an invader's worst nightmare. Attempting to conquer Alaska would demand immense resources, and even then, success would be highly unlikely. The Lone Star Stronghold, Texas. When it comes to defending itself, Texas lives up to its reputation for independence and resilience. Its massive size is one of its biggest assets. Spanning 268,000 square miles, Texas is the second largest state in the U.S., and its diverse landscape adds to the challenge for any invading force. The state's terrain includes arid deserts, rolling plains, dense forests, and rugged hills, all of which create obstacles and offer strategic defensive positions. Natural barriers also play a key role in Texas's defense. It is bordered by 3 major rivers: the Rio Grande, the Red River, and the Sabine River. These rivers act as natural boundaries that can slow or stop invaders in their tracks. Texas also stands out with its unmatched military presence. The state is home to over 177,000 active duty personnel and reservists stationed across numerous military bases. Fort Hood and Fort Bliss, 2 of the largest military installations in the world, are located here. Fort Hood alone has over 70,000 personnel, while Fort Bliss specializes in air defense and advanced military training. Texas's infrastructure further strengthens its defenses. With more than 20 interstate highways crisscrossing the state, troops and supplies can be moved quickly and efficiently. Additionally, Texas has its own power grid, giving it energy independence, which is a critical advantage in any conflict. What truly sets Texas apart is its culture. The state's deep pride and sense of independence are ingrained in its people. Texans have a strong connection to their homeland, and their resilience would make it extremely difficult for any invader to establish control. When you combine its natural defenses, extensive military assets, advanced infrastructure, and the unyielding spirit of its people, Texas becomes a fortress that no enemy would want to challenge. California, the Pacific powerhouse. When most people think of California, they imagine its massive economy or iconic culture. However, it's also a cornerstone of U.S. defense. As the most populous state, California can draw on vast resources and manpower in the face of an invasion. Its geography presents both strengths and vulnerabilities. The 840-mile coastline is crucial for naval operations, but also exposes the state to potential amphibious assaults. Yet, California's interior offers a formidable defense with the Sierra Nevada mountains and Mojave Desert, acting as natural barriers that are difficult to penetrate. California's military strength is unmatched. It hosts more military bases than any other state, including Naval Base San Diego, the main hub of the U.S. Pacific Fleet, and Camp Pendleton, a key Marine Corps facility. With over 350,000 active duty personnel and $56 billion in defense spending in 2022, California stands as a bastion of military innovation and readiness. Combined with its population of over 39 million, an invading force would face overwhelming resistance. Virginia, the military hub. Virginia's role in U.S. defense is irreplaceable. Located on the eastern seaboard, it is home to the Pentagon, the nerve center of American military strategy. The state's geography enhances its defensibility, with the Appalachian Mountains forming a western barrier and the Chesapeake Bay providing a controlled waterway for naval operations. Virginia houses dozens of military installations, including Naval Station Norfolk, the largest naval base in the world. Other key bases like Fort Belvoir, Langley Air Force Base, and Marine Corps Base Quantico collectively support over 125,000 active duty personnel. In 2022, Virginia led the nation in defense spending, allocating $62.7 billion. Its extensive transportation network ensures rapid troop and equipment deployment, making it a fortress of military command. Colorado and Utah, the Rocky Mountain Guardians. Nestled in the heart of the Rocky Mountains, Colorado and Utah stand as natural fortresses. The rugged peaks and deep valleys of the Rockies create formidable barriers that are nearly impossible to traverse, especially for large military forces. Colorado's elevated terrain also offers strategic vantage points for defense, while Utah's vast deserts and canyons complicate enemy movement. Both states benefit from key military installations. Colorado is home to Peterson Space Force Base and NORAD, North American Aerospace Defense Command, a critical hub for aerospace defense and early warning systems. Utah houses Hill Air Force Base, which specializes in aircraft maintenance and testing, further enhancing the region's defensive capabilities. Together, the natural geography and military presence make these states incredibly difficult to invade. Maine and West Virginia, rugged terrain. Defenders Maine and West Virginia rely on their dense forests and rugged landscapes to create defensive opportunities. Maine's location in the far northeastern corner of the U.S. makes it a challenging entry point for invaders. Its coastline, while expansive, is rocky and irregular, complicating naval landings. The state also has a strong tradition of maritime defense, bolstered by facilities like the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard. West Virginia, on the other hand, is dominated by the Appalachian Mountains, creating a natural stronghold. The state's terrain provides numerous choke points and opportunities for guerrilla-style defense. Its population's deep connection to the land and history of resilience further enhances its defensibility. Hawaii, the Pacific outpost. Hawaii's geographic isolation makes it one of the most defensible states in the U.S. Surrounded by thousands of miles of ocean, the islands are naturally shielded from land-based invasions. However, Hawaii's true strength lies in its military presence. The state is home to several critical bases, including Pearl Harbor, the headquarters of the U.S. Pacific Fleet. These installations play a pivotal role in projecting U.S. military power across the Pacific region. Hawaii's strategic location and advanced defenses make it a crucial outpost for safeguarding U.S. interests in the Pacific. The vulnerability of smaller states. Unlike larger states with extensive natural barriers or military installations, Rhode Island, Delaware, and Connecticut lack the size and resources to mount significant independent defenses. These states depend on the overall strength and unity of the U.S. military to ensure their security. The challenges faced by smaller states highlight the importance of a unified national defense strategy. While Rhode Island, Delaware, and Connecticut might struggle to fend off invasions independently, they play essential roles in the larger defense network through their strategic ports, air bases, and contributions to military technology. Which state do you think would be the hardest to breach based on its natural or strategic defenses? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating insights into U.S. geography and defense strategy.